열쇠가 어디에 있어요?
식탁 위에 있어요.
우산은 어디에 있어요?
식탁 옆에 있어요.
Were you able to understand the conversation? What was the father looking for? That's correct. He was looking for his keys and the umbrella. Before taking a closer look, let's first look at the vocabulary and grammar that appear in this dialogue. Now let's take a look at the vocabulary for this section. Our first word here is 열쇠. Please read along and repeat after me. 열쇠. 열쇠. If you take a look at the picture here, what do we have? We have some keys, or in Korean we would say 열쇠. Please repeat after me one more time. 열쇠. Now our next word here is 어디. Please read along and repeat after me. 어디. 어디. Now we use the word 어디 when we are looking for something. So let's try saying this word one more time. 어디. Good. Now our next word here is 위. Please read along and repeat after me. 위. 위. Now if you take a look at this picture here, we have a box, or in Korean we would say 상자, and we have an apple which is on top of the box. So to say that the apple is on top of the box, we would say 상자 위. Now let's try to say this word one more time. 위. Good. Now our next word here is 옆. Please read along and repeat after me. 옆. 옆. Now in the picture here we have our box and apple again, but notice this time the apple is located in a different spot. So again we have our box or 상자, and next to the box is the apple. So to say that the apple is next to the box, we would say 상자 옆. Now let's go ahead and say this word one more time. 옆. Good. Now our next word here is 식탁. Now please read along and repeat after me. 식탁. 식탁. Now on top of this 식탁, as you see in the picture, is where we would eat our meals. Now let's try saying this word one more time together. 식탁. Good, well done. Now we will go ahead and review the vocabulary that we've just gone over. So let's move on. Now in this picture, what do we have? Right, we have a pair of keys, or in Korean we would say 열쇠. Now in this next picture, we are looking for something. It looks like an apple here. What word do we use when we are looking for something? Correct, we would use the word 어디. Now, where is the apple in this picture? It's on top of the box, so we would use the word 위 to tell us that it's on top. How about this time? Where is the apple this time? You can see that it's next to the box, so what word do we use to indicate that it's next to the box? Correct, we would use the word 옆. Okay? And we eat our meals on top of this. What is that item? Correct, it's our dining table, or 식탁. Good. Very well done.
열쇠가 어디에 있어요?
식탁 위에 있어요.
우산은 어디에 있어요?
식탁 옆에 있어요.
Now, let's take a closer look at the dialogue here. If you remember, this is a conversation between the mother and the father. And in the first question, what is the father looking for? He's looking for the keys. So he asks, 열쇠가 어디에 있어요? And the mother responds by saying, where are the keys? They're on top of the table. So she responds by saying, 식탁 위에 있어요. And the father, what is he also looking for? He's also looking for the umbrella. So he asks, 우산은 어디에 있어요? And the mother responds by saying that it is next to the table. So she would say that it is 식탁 옆에 있어요. Good. Now let's take a closer look at the grammar from this dialogue. The first grammar we have is 에 있어요. Now this grammar here, 에 있어요, is used to indicate that an object or a person exists. So if you look at the dialogue from before, what were we looking for? We're looking for the keys. So how would we ask, where are the keys? We would ask by saying, 열쇠가 어디에 있어요? Now, where are the keys? Now, if you refer to this drawing here, this is the dining table, and here is the key. And you can see based on this drawing right here, the key is on top of the dining table. So how would we say that the key is on top of the dining table? We would say 식탁 위에 있어요, meaning that the keys are on top of the table. So please go ahead and repeat after me. 열쇠가 어디에 있어요? 식탁 위에 있어요. Okay, good job. Let's take a look at another sentence here. Now, remember, what else was the father looking for? He was looking for the umbrella. So how did he ask, where is the umbrella? Remember, he asked by saying, 우산이 어디에 있어요? So we see we have the 에 있어요 one more time. Now, if we look at this figure here, we have the dining table again. And here is our umbrella. It's supposed to be umbrella. And where do you notice it is? It's next to the table. So how would we say that is next to the table? We would respond by saying 식탁 옆에 있어요. In other words, it is next to the table. So let's go ahead and read through these sentences one more time. So please repeat after me. 우산이 어디에 있어요? 식탁 옆에 있어요. Okay, good job. Now, if we take a closer look at this grammar, you can notice in the first case here, we ends in a vowel, so there is no consonant here. And we use it attached directly to the 에 있어요. And we can see in the second case, we have a consonant, but we still use the same 에 있어요. So, in other words, irregardless of whether the noun preceding it ends in a vowel or consonant, the same 에 있어요 is used. So please go ahead and repeat after me. 위에 있어요. 위에 있어요. Okay, and the second example, 옆에 있어요. 옆에 있어요. Okay, good job. Now it's time for speaking practice. We will go ahead and practice using the vocabulary and grammar that we've learned in this lesson. Now take a good look at these cards. Now what we're going to do here is, using the words on these cards here, we're going to make a sentence. Now, how would we take these words and make a sentence? Correct. We can combine it by saying 열쇠가 책상 위에 있어요. Good. Now let's move on to the next one here. We have 우산, 문 뒤, and 있다. Now, how would we combine these words into a sentence? Correct. We would say 우산이 문 뒤에 있어요. Now, let's take a look at this word set here. We have the words 가방, 의자 밑, and 있다. Now, how would we take these three sets of words and make a sentence? Correct. We would say 가방이 의자 밑에 있어요. Finally, in this set, we have 양말, 서랍 안, and 있다. How would we combine these words and make a sentence? Correct. We would make the sentence by saying 양말이 서랍 안에 있어요. Very well done. Now we have our house here again, but a different question. This time we are asked, TV가 부엌에 있습니까? Or is the TV in the kitchen? Well, again, where is our kitchen here? Our kitchen is located right here. And where is our TV? Well, our TV is right here. So you can see the TV is not in the kitchen. So how would we go ahead and respond to this question? Correct. We would say 아니요, 부엌에 없습니다. TV는 방에 있습니다. Good job. Now it's time for the listening section. Here we will listen to a conversation that takes place between our mother and father. Listen carefully, in particular, to what the father is asking the mother.
리모컨이 어디에 있어요?
TV 옆에 있어요.
휴지는 어디에 있어요?
식탁 위에 있어요.
Were you able to follow along in the conversation okay? Well, we will go ahead and look at a few questions to make sure that you were able to understand this conversation. Now, the first question here, question 1 asks, 리모컨이 어디에 있습니까? Or, where is the remote control? Our two answer choices here are TV 위, or on top of the TV, or TV 옆, next to the TV. Now, do you remember what was said in the conversation? Correct. The remote control is next to the TV, so the correct answer would be TV 옆. Now, our next question here, question number 2, asks, 휴지는 어디에 있습니까? Or, where is the tissue? Now, our two answer choices here are 식탁 위, or on top of the dining table, or 식탁 옆, next to the dining table. Do you remember what was said in the conversation? Correct. In the conversation, they said it was on top of the dining table, so the correct answer would be 식탁 위. Now we move on to the vocabulary plus section. In this section, we will look at a few more words that indicate the location of something. Now let's get started. Our first word here is 아래. Now in the picture here, where is the bag? You can see that the bag is under the desk. So in Korean, we would say 책상 아래, meaning below the desk. So if we make this into a sentence, we would say 가방이 책상 아래에 있어요. Now here we have two words, 앞 and 뒤. Let's first take a look at the word 앞. Now if you look at the picture here, we have a cup right here. And what is it in relation to the computer? You can see that the cup is in front of the computer. So we would say that, how would we say in front of the computer? We would say 컴퓨터 앞. Now if we wanted to make a complete sentence by saying that the cup is in front of the computer, we would say 컵이 컴퓨터 앞에 있어요. Now let's take a look at the word 뒤. Now in this picture we have a window, and where is the window in relation to the computer? As you can see, the window is behind the computer. So how would we say behind the computer? We would use this word 뒤, and we would say 컴퓨터 뒤. Now, if we want to make a complete sentence and say that the window is behind the computer, we would say 창문이 컴퓨터 뒤에 있어요. Good. Now we have two words here again. We have the words 안, meaning inside, and 밖, meaning outside. Let's first take a look at the word 안. So what do we have here? First, what is this? Right, looks like a puppy, or in Korean we would say 강아지. Now, what is this right here? Right, it looks like the puppy's home. In Korean we would just say 집. So, let's look at this puppy. Where is the puppy? Correct, it is inside the house. So we would say 집 안. Now if we were to make this into a complete sentence, we would say 강아지가 집 안에 있어요. Good. Now let's take a look at the next word here. Again, we have our puppy and the house here. But notice this time, the puppy is outside of the house. So to say outside of the house, we would say 집 밖. Now, if we want to use that and make it into a complete sentence, we would say 강아지가 집 밖에 있어요. Our next word here is 사이. Now in this picture here, we have a few buildings. We have a building here, and we have a building here. And in between the building, we have a tree. So how would we say in between the building? We would say 건물 사이, meaning between the building. So how would we go ahead and say in a complete sentence that the tree is between the buildings? We would say 나무가 건물 사이에 있어요. Now our next word here is 여기. Now 여기 indicates a place that is close to the speaker. Now let's take a look at this picture here. 준수 is talking with his friend 혜진 on the phone. 혜진 asks 준수, "Where are you?" How would 준수 respond? Well, it looks like he's at the library, so he'd probably say, "I am here at the library." If we say that in Korean, we would say 여기는 도서관입니다. Now our next word here is 거기. Now 거기 is used to indicate a place that is far from the speaker but close to the listener. Now let's take a look at this picture here, and this time 준수 asks 혜진 a question. He asks her, "Where are you?" Where is there? If we were to say that in Korean, where is there? We would say 거기는 어디입니까? Now the next word here is 저기. Now 저기 is used to indicate a place that is far from both the speaker and the listener. Now in this picture here, we have 준수 and a fellow student right there. Now that student asks 준수 a question. He asks him, "Where is the student cafeteria?" 준수 answers him that the student cafeteria is over there. Now, how would we say that it's over there in Korean? We would say 저기가 학생 식당입니다. Very well done. Now, let's go ahead and review the vocabulary that we've just gone over. Now, there's a question here, and go ahead and we will practice answering this question. So the first question here is 책이 어디에 있어요? Now, if we look at this first picture here, you can see that the book is in the drawer. So we would answer by saying 서랍 안에 있어요. Now, if we move on to the next question, the question again here is 책이 어디에 있어요? This time, as you can see, the books are under the desk. So, how would we respond? We would say 책상 아래에 있어요. Good. And finally, in the last picture, you can see that the stack of books here are next to the desk. So, how would we say that it's next to the desk? We would say 책상 옆에 있어요. Good. Now let's go ahead and go through this one more time. So the question here is 책이 어디에 있어요? Or where is the book? In the first picture, we have 서랍 안에 있어요. Or inside the drawer. The next picture here in the middle, we have that the books are under the desk. So we would say 책상 아래에 있어요. And then the last picture, we have the caption 책상 옆에 있어요. Or that the books are next to the desk. Okay? Good. Very well done.